So Cliff, one of the things that is obvious, we're here in the Inside Triathlon Vela News advertising pit in our building.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, it's a portable system. You can
Yep.
move it from place to place. Some of the other systems out there are stationary. What's the difference between yours and the other systems that are out there? You know, I noticed that you guys have 3D capturing.
That's right. That's probably one of the major things is the actual 3D nature. We are also taking the measurements while the rider is riding, and the actual points that we're taking are on the rider. We're not doing post-process video stuff, and also, as you have seen, the system automatically calculates all the measurements instantaneously. Right after you click save, you save that data, up comes all your measurements. There's no post-processing, dragging lines, getting angles and things like that. It's all synchronized and instantaneous.
So you guys are Colorado-based.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Where can people find the system? Where can they go to get a Retul fit?
Mm-hmm.
What are the different options out there right now?
Well, we've just started. We got a relationship with Boulder Cycle Sport in Boulder. We are doing fits there with Todd. We have just opened a studio in Denver on 38th where we are doing there's a whole studio there where we can do Retul fits. And then, of course, we're also beginning to sell the system and show it to other shops, get them and coaches to get them interested in actually purchasing it, getting the training from Todd to know how to use it and do dynamic 3D fits and actually start to bring that out to their clients all across the country.
So if I'm a coach from the East Coast or a bike shop owner
Mm-hmm.
from the East Coast, I come in, I do a series of clinics through a testing program with Todd, based out of Denver here, and then you can bring this system back to back to the East Coast.
That's right. That's right. So they would actually get it and start to use it for their clients back at their home shop. Okay, another interesting thing about our system is the whole thing portable. This case plus a laptop is literally all you need. So the entire system fits in here. You can go to races, events, customers' houses, everything you want.
In the middle of the summer, we worked with Craig Alexander on his aerodynamic position. He was moving from short course to long course triathlon. So he was set up in a very low aggressive position. What we did with him was we set him in a more comfortable position for the long haul. We moved him back a little bit and moved his handlebars up a little bit.
If you were to have your new bike, for example, someday in the future, you'd bring it in, you'd take some data on your body movements on this bike, keep the harness on, swap out the other bike underneath you, and then take another recording. You can compare those side by side with the software and look at all the angles and really dial yourself in so that you're starting with the same position again, especially if it's a position you've worked hard to get into. You can preserve that really well, switching from one bike to the next. Usually what you would do is you would take baseline data on both sides, you'd make some adjustments, then you start changing the position and take data on both sides again. The software automatically tells which side of the rider it's looking at, and then it saves those files in unique labeled left and right files, and so you can bring them a left and a right file up in the software and compare them side by side to look at the numbers. Alright, when you're looking at the results on the screen, you can see there's two sides to the software. You can bring up before and after data files. You can bring up left and right if you want to compare. If a rider's talking about feeling like they have some asymmetries, or they've got pain on one side but not the other, you can kind of bring that up and see what's going on. Another thing you can do is if you click print, the software will open up the default browser for the computer, and it will actually format everything. One of the things we have here is the CTS logo. We put the shops or whoever's doing it, they put their logo into the report custom for them, and then up comes a quick personal bike fitting report. This is in a more graphical way, shows all the data and all the measurements here with little symbols as to what's going on. This is something you would print or save and be a handout to the client. So they'd actually take this with them and have it for their records. Scrolling all the way down to the bottom, the report also includes the virtual front view of the knee. This is the power of our 3D system. This actually shows you how the knee is tracking as if you were looking at the rider from the front and tracking their knee motion. You can see things like woodchopper knee and how their knee is tracing. You want to make sure it's going really vertically up and down. Then of course we have the bike and session information and site information. The software accommodates you to put your information into the software program, so it'll always say this is where we got this fit done.